Hey, loves. Welcome to Inner Love Messages. My name is Sarah, and if you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. Now, let's get into today's reading. I'll be pulling from this deck to get a sense of how your person is feeling right now, what's going on in their mind and heart, and the most important messages they want you to know straight from their soul. The first message that's coming through is a powerful one. We met for a reason. This statement carries weight, as it immediately conveys a sense of purpose that extends beyond mere coincidence. From the outset, it becomes clear that the masculine energy in question has undergone a significant shift. There was a time when they may have been more open, actively communicating, and engaging with you in a manner that felt fast-paced or intense. But now, something has changed, and they've pulled back, gone quiet, or perhaps retreated into themselves. This sudden shift isn't a random occurrence, and it certainly isn't an accident. It's deliberate, a result of internal processes that are unfolding within them. If this person were to be fully honest with you, they would admit that the connection between you is confusing. It's not that they don't feel it, it's that they don't fully understand it. The depth of the connection you share perplexes them, and because they tend to operate from a place of logic and reason, their natural inclination is to dissect it, to figure out why they feel the way they do. It's almost as if they've been caught off guard by the intensity of the emotions and the pull between you, something they don't typically experience. They're used to their interactions being more straightforward, but this one feels like an enigma they can't quite solve. At this moment, something has deeply disrupted their usual course of action. It's as though they've reached a point where they can no longer simply coast along, and now they are forced to confront their own feelings in a more profound way. It's as though they are standing at a crossroads, and there's an overwhelming desire to figure out what it all means. This isn't just about understanding you or your connection. It's about understanding themselves in relation to you. There's a powerful inner conflict at play, and it's driving them to ask themselves deep, existential questions. These questions are part of a larger process, one that is capable of sparking transformational changes, not just for them, but potentially for you as well. If you share an energetic connection with this person, you may already be feeling the effects of this shift, perhaps through heightened emotional fluctuations, synchronicities that feel too perfect to be coincidence, or even physical sensations that seem to align with what they're experiencing. What stands out most vividly in their experience of this connection is how profoundly different it feels compared to anything they've experienced before. This isn't just another relationship, another connection, or another fleeting emotional encounter. No, this one is unlike any they've known. As they reflect on past relationships, they realize that nothing has ever come close to the intensity, complexity, or depth of what they share with you. Every interaction, every moment feels different. The way they process their feelings in your presence is unfamiliar, more intense, more raw, and more visceral. They find themselves expressing themselves in ways they never have before, and even their emotional landscape feels like uncharted territory. It's as if their entire emotional framework has been altered, expanded, or transformed by the force of this connection. This realization is significant. It isn't just an observation, it feels like a pivotal moment, a turning point in your journey together. The weight of it feels crucial, and it's clear that they are searching for something more than just a surface-level understanding of this connection. They want clarity, not just about you, but about what this bond means on a deeper, perhaps even spiritual level. There's a curiosity within them that goes beyond just wanting answers. It's a yearning to explore the bigger picture, to understand the higher purpose of your meeting. For them, this isn't just a relationship. It's a journey of self-discovery and exploration that could change the course of their life, and possibly yours as well. The word magnetic keeps coming up in their mind, and it's becoming clearer by the day. There's something about you that draws them in with an intensity they've never known before. It's almost like an invisible force that tugs at them, a gravitational pull they can't resist, no matter how hard they try. This magnetic energy you exude is something they haven't experienced in their life, a feeling so potent and unfamiliar that it's difficult for them to even comprehend it fully. What's even more intriguing is that you may not even be fully aware of the power you possess. There's something inherent in the way you carry yourself, your energy, your presence, that naturally attracts things to you, be it opportunities, people, or circumstances. It's not about the superficial aspects of attractiveness, though that may certainly play a part. No, it's something much deeper, a quiet yet undeniable force that seems to emanate from within you, radiating outwards in ways that others can feel but not always understand. You're tapped into a source of energy that most people can only dream of accessing, and it's impossible for them to ignore. What truly drives them to the brink of madness is the same thing that initially pulled them in. It's you, your essence. There's an undeniable magnetism that draws them closer, even when they can't put their finger on exactly what it is. It's as if they're caught in the pull of something that transcends what the eye can see, what logic can grasp. What they sense deep within their core is that there's so much more to you than meets the eye, and that realization sends them into a whirlpool of emotion. It's almost as if your energy is asking them to go beyond the surface, to see you for the vastness that you are, not just as an individual, but as a force in their life. This realization is both beautiful and unsettling because it challenges them to step outside of their comfort zone, to see the world through a different lens, and most importantly, to see themselves differently in relation to you. The thing that truly unsettles them is that this powerful connection is forcing them to confront things within themselves they may not have been ready to face. If they were completely honest with themselves, they would acknowledge the inner turmoil they feel. A deep internal conflict that has them caught between attraction and confusion. On the outside, they may appear calm, perhaps even indifferent at times, but inside they're torn between their desire to get closer to you and the fear of being overwhelmed by the intensity of their own feelings. You may have sensed this push and pull energy between the two of you, that hot and cold dynamic that's been present in your interactions. One moment, things feel incredibly passionate, almost magnetic in their own right, while the next, you might be left feeling uncertain, questioning the nature of your connection. This fluctuation isn't a reflection of your worth or the depth of what you share. It's a reflection of their own inner conflict. They're grappling with emotions they don't quite understand, and it's beginning to spill over into your relationship. They're in shock at how deeply they feel for you, a level of emotional depth that caught them completely off guard. It's something they never saw coming, and now, they're left trying to make sense of it all. They never expected to feel so drawn to you. They didn't anticipate this kind of emotional upheaval. And yet, despite all their attempts to rationalize, to control, and to distance themselves, here they are, undeniably entangled in the powerful energy you give off. It's a feeling that both thrills and terrifies them, and the more they try to resist it, the more they're sucked deeper into the pull of your energy. The truth is, they can't help themselves. They're driven by something far beyond their understanding, and it's something that they're struggling to reconcile with their own sense of self. But what they can't deny is that you've touched a part of them they didn't know existed, a part that is now desperately yearning for more. The one undeniable truth they hold onto in the midst of all the uncertainty is that your connection is far from an accident. Everything else surrounding your relationship may be clouded in mystery, but the fact that you two are intertwined is something they are absolutely certain about. Right now, their mind is consumed with questions about this bond, and it's likely you're picking up on this energy as well. It's almost as if the air around you is thick with a sense of curiosity and wonder, but also an underlying unease. Perhaps you've noticed a shift in their behavior, a growing distance that has left you wondering about their true thoughts and intentions. If they've distanced themselves recently, rest assured, it wasn't some random occurrence or coincidence. This was a very intentional move on their part, one driven by the need to process and make sense of their emotions. They're in a state of contemplation, trying to unravel the feelings that have been stirred up inside them. Their emotions are intense, and they're not the type of person to take this lightly. Understanding the depth of this connection has become their primary focus, and they are fully committed to figuring it out. Despite their introspection, however, they haven't made any decisions to walk away. Their heart is still deeply engaged, and they're simply taking time to process everything before moving forward. This individual approaches life with a very practical mindset, where logic and reason are the foundation of their decisions. Emotions and vulnerability aren't easy for them to navigate, and they are naturally cautious when it comes to matters of love. They don't fall in love at the drop of a hat, and are known to carefully evaluate their feelings before allowing themselves to fully commit. But with you, something unexpected happened. Your presence in their life has disrupted the order they've so carefully built around themselves, leaving them off balance and unsure. They may even feel that they've fallen for you too quickly, and now, they're in a position of needing to regain their emotional footing. The intensity of your connection has rattled them in a way that they're struggling to comprehend, and their typical logical approach seems inadequate to explain what they're feeling. Despite their tendency to rely on facts and concrete reasoning, your relationship has them looking at things differently. They've been quietly comparing this bond to their past relationships, evaluating every aspect of what they share with you. At first, this might seem like an odd or even unnecessary approach to understanding their emotions, but for someone like them, it's the only way they know how to make sense of something so powerful and unfamiliar. What they're realizing, though, is that no past relationship has ever come close to matching what they feel with you. This realization has forced them to take a step back and examine their feelings more deeply in an attempt to understand why this connection is so different. Yes, before watching the full video, I wanted to say one thing. If you appreciate my hard work in this reading, please donate a super thanks in your name as a token of love. If you've been wondering about their true feelings toward you, the message they're receiving loud and clear is undeniable. You're my one true love. It may be hard to accept or fully understand, given the distance they've created, but the intensity of their feelings is real. They are in love with you, or at the very least, they believe they are. This connection is not one-sided. It's just as real for them as it is for you. The uncertainty they've been feeling stems from their own internal struggle to reconcile their logical mindset with the overwhelming emotions they're experiencing. They've never been one to easily embrace vulnerability, yet with you, they've been forced to confront feelings they can't ignore. In this moment of uncertainty, they are fully immersed in the process of understanding what this relationship truly means. They may not have all the answers yet, but rest assured, they are committed to figuring it out. The emotional journey they're on is far from over, and while they may be pulling back now, it's only because they need the space to process everything. In the end, they're searching for clarity and certainty in a love that feels both profound and foreign to them. And in the depths of their heart, they know that no matter how much they try to analyze, the connection they share with you remains undeniable. Their feelings for you are so deep and intense that they've found themselves behaving in ways they never imagined. They've always prided themselves on being composed, focused, and in control, but when it comes to you, nothing seems to make sense anymore. Their emotions, which they're not used to being so vulnerable to, have begun to pull them in a direction they can't resist. They've started to overthink everything, constantly questioning their actions and sometimes even acting in ways that completely contradict their usual self. It's as if your presence in their life has caused a shift that has disrupted their entire world. Normally grounded in their own emotional balance, they find themselves acting impulsively, feeling things they've never allowed themselves to feel, and processing these emotions in ways they're not accustomed to. What's even more intriguing is the hesitation they're showing. The sheer force of their feelings has made them retreat at times, choosing silence over words and distance over closeness. It's not that they don't want to reach out or act on their feelings. Rather, the overwhelming depth of their emotions has created a kind of internal conflict. They're torn between the urge to express themselves and the fear of losing control. Despite these feelings, they can't help but acknowledge that something between you is undeniably powerful, something that's altered their entire perspective on relationships and emotions. Even though they haven't fully admitted it yet, deep down, they know this connection has transformed them in ways they never saw coming. This is more than just a passing attraction. It's something that's rooted deeply within them and refuses to fade. The intensity of their emotions is so profound that it goes beyond mere surface-level attraction. What stands out the most is how they recognized you before you even noticed them. It wasn't a superficial awareness. Nothing about their feelings for you was based on appearances or external factors. No, it was something much more profound. It was your energy, the way you carry yourself, the aura you exude. Something in your essence reached deep into them, captivating their attention in a way they couldn't ignore. Even before they consciously realized what was happening, they were drawn to you. There was something magnetic about you that they couldn't quite place, something that made them feel alive in ways they hadn't felt in a long time. If you've been seeking confirmation about how they truly feel, consider this your confirmation. There's no denying it. The attraction runs far deeper than just the physical. It's a soul connection they weren't prepared for. There's an underlying complexity to the situation as well. This masculine energy has been holding back a lot of what they feel. Whether it's out of fear, pride, or a desire to maintain control, they've kept their emotions hidden from both themselves and from you. But the deeper they fall, the harder it is for them to suppress those feelings. Initially, they might have convinced themselves that what they were feeling was just a passing attraction, something based on lust or infatuation, but the more time they've spent around you, the more undeniable it's become that their feelings go far beyond physical desire. They may have even told themselves that they could walk away from this, that they wouldn't let themselves fall too deeply in love. But here they are, questioning everything they thought they knew about themselves, about love, and about what they truly want. What makes it even more compelling is the natural, effortless energy you bring to the table. You don't have to try. You don't have to put in any extra effort. You simply are, and that is enough. Your energy is seductive in a way that's not forced or contrived. It's authentic. And that authenticity is what pulls them in like a magnet. They've become very aware of this magnetic quality in you. And as much as it draws them closer, it also causes them to hesitate. They may have held back in the beginning, unsure if they could handle the depth of this connection. But now, they're left with a truth they can no longer ignore. They've fallen, and they're not sure how to navigate the overwhelming emotions that have come with it. All of this uncertainty has left them in a state of inner turmoil. The desire to keep control, the need to stay grounded, and the recognition that they've lost themselves in this connection are all conflicting forces that are causing them to pause and reassess everything. They can't deny the pull, the deep attraction, and the undeniable connection they feel with you. And even though they might not have anticipated it, they know that what they're feeling is much more than they ever expected. There's something undeniably captivating about you, an intriguing combination of mystery and purity that draws others in, leaving them with an irresistible urge to understand you on a deeper, more profound level. If you're uncertain about whether they truly love you, let me assure you, the answer is yes, without a doubt. Often, in relationships, the masculine energy recognizes the divine feminine first. It's an innate aspect of their being, one they may not always fully comprehend but deeply resonate with. The energy between you both is magnetic, and it stirs something profound within them. It's impossible for them not to feel it, even if they struggle to articulate it or understand it within the constraints of logic. While they might need the relationship to fit into some kind of rational framework, love itself often transcends the boundaries of logic. It's an abstract feeling, something that can't always be neatly explained or justified by reason. It simply is. For this masculine, their love for you is vast, deep, and real. They may be working through their own internal process of understanding and making sense of this overwhelming connection by comparing it to their past relationships. However, no matter how many experiences they've had before, nothing has ever come close to what they feel with you. The chemistry, the undeniable passion, the emotional connection, and the energetic pull between you two, it's all off the charts, unlike anything they've ever encountered. There's a chance they've been holding these intense feelings inside, grappling with emotions that don't always fit into words. This internal struggle, the immense intensity of it all, might be why the energy coming from them feels so strong and profound. They could be in the early stages of fully realizing that you are, in fact, their one true love, the person they were meant to find. The connection between you both is one of a kind, different from anything they've known, and perhaps even different from what you've known. Both of you have walked unique yet strangely parallel journeys, each with its own lessons, struggles, and growth. These shared experiences, though they may remain unspoken, create an unbreakable bond between you, a quiet understanding that transcends the need for words. It's almost as if the universe has aligned your paths for this very moment. They may be realizing something profound about their own personal journey, a deeper understanding that they feel compelled to share with you. It's this deep connection, this recognition that transcends both time and space, that makes this relationship so incredibly unique. Even without the need for full verbal expression, there's a magnetic force that keeps pulling both of you toward each other, a force so strong that it could never be ignored. This is a love that's destined to evolve in ways neither of you could have anticipated, but it is exactly what both of you need at this time in your lives. Before moving forward with the reading, I would like to say one thing: that if you love my readings and it is fitting in your personal life, then please encourage me by taking membership from the join button. This masculine has experienced both low vibrational connections and relationships that, at times, offered him a sense of fulfillment. Yet, what stands out more than anything else is the deep, undeniable feeling he has always carried for you. It's a connection that transcends what he's known in the past, a bond that feels different in the most profound ways. Even in the midst of those past experiences, some that were challenging and others that held moments of happiness, there has always been an underlying emptiness, a sense of imbalance, as though something crucial was missing. They carried a lingering dissatisfaction with those dynamics, especially with the way masculine and feminine energies intertwined, or more often, failed to harmonize. For him, understanding that imbalance became an almost obsessive endeavor. It's as if he was continuously trying to piece together the puzzle of his past relationships, questioning where things went wrong or why they didn't fulfill him in the way he had hoped. With each past connection, he found himself constantly analyzing how he showed up, the way he interacted, and whether he truly embodied his authentic masculine energy. And then, as he stands in this present moment, comparing that journey to where he is now with you, the contrast is striking. There's a sense of clarity and peace that didn't exist before. What was once murky and confusing now feels remarkably simple and effortless in comparison. Your energy, this powerful feminine force, does something for him that no one else's has ever done before. It naturally calls him to rise into his true masculine presence, but more importantly, it brings him balance. It's not just a sense of attraction or admiration, it's the way you complement his soul, meeting him on an energetic level that feels authentic and genuine. You embody a balance of both masculine and feminine energy, an alignment that allows him to feel safe, accepted, and whole. It's as if you have the innate ability to understand his emotional and mental needs, even when they're unspoken. In your presence, he feels a level of emotional, mental, and even physical compatibility that he has never experienced in his past relationships. He recognizes this, and it draws him closer to you in a way he cannot deny. The more time passes, the clearer it becomes that you are the perfect match for him, a realization that carries weight and significance. In his heart, there is no doubt. What you share is real, true love. He looks back at his past relationships with a sense of reverence, not necessarily for the pain or challenges, but for the lessons they taught him. It all seems to have been preparing him for this moment, for you. The future he envisions now is one with you in it, a future that feels not just possible, but inevitable. The most profound aspect of this connection, for him, is the way you make him feel. The ease and depth of the bond you share is something he's never experienced before. It's as if everything that once felt difficult, forced, or uncertain in past relationships now flows naturally with you. It almost seems too good to be true, and perhaps that thought has crossed your mind as well, but the depth and certainty of this connection cannot be denied. This moment feels like a heart-to-heart exchange, whether or not you've had those deep, vulnerable conversations. In his journey, he has gone through significant shifts, and what stands out more than anything is the way you accept him, wholly and unconditionally. It's not just about the person he shows to the world, but the hidden parts, the vulnerable, raw, and sometimes broken pieces of him. You see them, you love them, and most importantly, you accept him as he is. That acceptance, that understanding, is a gift he cherishes more than words can express. Your intuitive nature, your ability to perceive his needs even when they're not spoken aloud, means everything to him. It's a rare, sacred connection that he holds dear, and it fills him with a deep sense of gratitude for everything that has brought him to this point. One of the most profound realizations they've come to understand about you is that you are a blessing in disguise, something they couldn't truly grasp until a period of separation. In the midst of this time apart, everything began to click, and they finally understood the depth of your importance in their life. Initially, it was as if your value had been veiled, hidden from their perception in a way they couldn't fully comprehend at the time. They didn't see the full picture, but with the passage of time and reflection, it became evident that everything had occurred in perfect timing. Had they come to realize the extent of your influence sooner, they might not have been ready to embrace it fully, and the course of things could have unfolded very differently. It was almost as if each step of your connection was designed to reveal your significance to them slowly, a piece at a time, so that they could truly appreciate you and your role in their life. The way they see you now is light years apart from how they viewed you at the beginning of this journey. In the beginning, they might have been nonchalant, not giving much thought to the potential of the connection. They let things develop organically, without placing any pressure on the situation, but as time went on, something shifted. There came a moment, a sudden epiphany, that completely changed the way they viewed you and the connection between you. This realization was like a jolt of awareness that woke them up to the depth and significance of what they shared with you. They began to see not only you in a new light, but also themselves. The reflection they saw in your eyes helped them recognize their own patterns, fears, and past wounds. This wasn't something that happened overnight, and at first, it may have been uncomfortable, even triggering for them. Confronting their own behavior and patterns through your presence might have sparked frustration or resistance, but in the end, it was the catalyst for growth and transformation. Your presence in their life has been a catalyst for change in ways they never expected, pushing them to evolve and challenge themselves. Your energy is unlike anything they've ever encountered. It radiates a divine femininity that is both expressive and thought-provoking, leaving a lasting impact on those around you. The way you communicate, whether through words or actions, resonates deeply, especially with the masculine energy in your life. It makes them pause, reflect, and reconsider their own perspective, often leading to a moment of deep introspection. You have this innate ability to challenge them, to push them to see things they might not have been willing to face. This fearlessness is something they admire greatly about you. It's not that you aim to confront them, but you do it in a way that's unwavering, and this quality sets you apart. You are not easily intimidated by their presence, and this is something that stands out to them. They recognize that you are the kind of woman who will not let things slide when they are important to you. You stand up for yourself, for your well-being, and in doing so, you create an environment that fosters not only respect, but growth. You've taught them, perhaps without even realizing it, the value of facing hard truths and growing through discomfort. You've reached a transformative point in your life where you are deeply intentional about the energy you allow to surround you. Every connection, every relationship, and every interaction is a reflection of what you want to manifest in your world. Anything that doesn't align with your highest good has no place in your life, and you've made it clear that you will not settle for anything less than positivity and authenticity. Your boundaries are firm, and your inner strength allows you to stand unwavering in your commitment to maintaining a life that feels aligned with your values and your true essence. When challenges arise in your relationships, especially those that test the dynamics of your connection, you don't shy away from speaking up. Whether it's moments when tension has built up, or times when you've seen the masculine energy around you operating from a place of lower vibrations, you've chosen to confront those moments head-on. You do not tolerate negativity or a lack of growth, and when you sense stagnation or immaturity, you make it known. What's remarkable is how you challenge others, not by belittling or diminishing them, but by creating a space where growth becomes inevitable. Your words act as a catalyst for change, encouraging introspection and evolution. Even if they don't express it immediately, deep down, they admire you for this. They value how you hold space for authenticity and growth, how your willingness to speak your truth pushes them toward their own evolution. It's not always comfortable, and in fact, sometimes it triggers discomfort. But it's in that discomfort where the most profound changes happen. If they've pulled back at any point, it's not because they've distanced themselves out of a lack of interest. It's because your words sparked something profound inside them that required reflection. That retreat is often a sign that they needed to look within to understand themselves more deeply, and what they discovered during this period of introspection was enlightening. Your ability to challenge them and force them into a space of deep self-reflection has revealed patterns in their own relationships and behaviors that they may not have otherwise recognized. It's possible that without your authenticity, they would have remained unaware of these recurring dynamics, which, over time, could have affected the potential of your connection. You've awakened something in them, something that they may not even fully understand yet, but that has made a lasting impact on their growth and their ability to show up as a better version of themselves. Though they might not say it aloud, they are profoundly grateful for your unwavering authenticity, your willingness to express yourself openly, and your refusal to conform to expectations that don't serve you. Your genuine nature and the way you hold firm to your boundaries have provided them with a mirror to see their own areas for growth. Through your presence in their life, they are beginning to see the potential for something deeper, something more meaningful. You have become a source of inspiration, and your very energy has begun to shift their perspective on what is truly valuable. You're not just someone who challenges them to think differently, you're someone who inspires them to evolve. They find themselves coming to you not just for validation or confirmation, but because they deeply value your perspective. They see you as someone who can offer insight that transforms them. When they seek your opinion, it's because they trust your judgment, and each time they do, you surprise them with your depth and clarity. Your energy has left an imprint on them, one that's hard to put into words. It's unlike anything they've ever encountered before, and it captivates them in ways they hadn't expected. If you're wondering how they currently see you, know that they view you as a blessing, a force in their life that is pushing them to be better, to evolve, and to take their own growth seriously. The connection you've built together has brought them more than they could have imagined, and in ways they may not have initially understood. They are grateful for the journey you've been on together. What they have with you is something unique and valuable, far beyond what they anticipated when the connection first began. They now realize that it's through you that they have discovered a deeper level of self-awareness and growth, and they are better for it. There's something remarkably captivating about your dynamic with others, an undeniable energy that sets you apart from the rest. While people may initially judge you based on outward appearances, the truth of who you are begins to unfold gradually. Those who take the time to truly get to know you often undergo a complete shift in their perception. At first, they may not fully understand the depth of your essence, but as they engage with you more and see you in different lights, they can't help but be in awe of how much you've been hiding beneath the surface all along. Your ability to observe and tune into the subtle, often overlooked cues of those around you, especially the masculine energy, speaks to a rare kind of emotional intelligence. You're keenly aware of not only what is said but also of what remains unspoken. You can feel the subtle shifts in their energy, sense the unexpressed thoughts, and intuitively know where they stand on their personal journey. Your presence in their life becomes a mirror, reflecting their innermost thoughts and feelings, and your words often have the power to leave them speechless. It's almost as if you hold up a lens that helps them see themselves more clearly, revealing truths they may have been avoiding or simply unaware of. In the midst of all this, it's clear that the masculine energy you've been interacting with has been going through a period of deep introspection. They've been turning inward, perhaps even seeking counsel from others in a bid to better understand their emotions and their life path. There's a sense of emotional turbulence brewing within them, like a storm of realizations building up in their heart and mind. They're coming to terms with things they've long kept suppressed, and in this quiet turmoil, their internal compass is slowly guiding them toward profound insights about who they are and what they truly desire. Right now, they might not have all the answers, but one thing has become clear. They are certain that you are a part of their future, a constant thread weaving through the fabric of their destiny. What's even more striking is that this person, perhaps for the first time, is fully coming to terms with the magnitude of the connection between you both. There's a realization dawning upon them that what they've felt all along is not merely a fleeting connection or an ordinary relationship. It's something much deeper and more significant, a twin flame connection that transcends the physical and touches on the spiritual. As someone who identifies with the divine feminine, you may have long wondered whether they truly see this connection for what it is, but now, as they reflect more deeply, the truth becomes undeniable to them as well. They are feeling it just as intensely, if not more so, than you do. What you've both been experiencing is not just an ordinary bond, but something that has an almost cosmic, otherworldly quality to it. This connection, marked by its cyclical intensity, seems to carry an energy that neither of you can ignore. It's as if the universe itself has conspired to bring you together, pushing you both to face yourselves in ways you never imagined. And now, for reasons perhaps beyond both your understandings, they are beginning to recognize the full weight of this connection. The timing may not have been right before, or they might have been too caught up in their own confusion to see clearly. But now, with a clearer heart and mind, they are seeing things for what they truly are, and the realization that you two are bound together in a way that is both profound and destined is beginning to settle deeply within them. The truth has always been there, lingering quietly beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to unfold, and now that moment has arrived. Perhaps, in the past, they weren't quite prepared to process the depth of insight that this connection brings. They may not have even been able to fully comprehend it, or, if they had, they might not have known what to do with it. It's as if they were standing on the edge of something important, but they couldn't yet grasp its significance. However, now, everything has shifted. They see the connection with clarity, and more than that, they are eager for you to know that they see it. They understand the weight of this bond, and the realization of it carries a powerful energy. No matter how they define it or label it, this connection holds meaning, and it's not something they take lightly. They are aligning themselves with this newfound understanding, and it's bringing a fresh, positive energy into the space between you two. Even if the physical distance between you may remain, their increased awareness is sending waves of new energy into the connection. It's as if the distance no longer holds the same weight, because their inner shift is powerful enough to transcend it. With this new understanding, they are also experiencing a release of pressure, the kind of pressure that may have once weighed heavily on both of you. What once felt uncertain or strained is now being eased by the clarity they've gained. The energy they now bring to this connection is lighter, more intentional, and filled with an inner peace that radiates outward. Right now, there is a deep sense of peace within them. It's not the type of peace that comes from avoiding feelings or pushing things aside. Rather, it's a peace born from knowing that what they feel for you is real and meaningful. They no longer see you as someone who just occupies their thoughts or someone they can't seem to get out of their head. They now understand that this connection has purpose and depth. It's not random or fleeting. The weight of this understanding has eased their heart, and with that ease comes a serene energy. This sense of peace is something you, as the divine feminine can also tap into, knowing that you are not alone in feeling this sacred bond. That shared awareness, that mutual recognition of the connection's significance is enough to dissolve any lingering stress or uncertainty you might have felt. Though they are still working through their thoughts and emotions, trying to make sense of everything, there is one undeniable truth that is solidified in their heart. You and they are bonded for life. No matter how much they might have tried to distance themselves or how many walls they put up, they cannot shake this connection. It's like an invisible thread between you, always pulling them back, always reminding them of what they can't ignore. Their thoughts may be scattered, and they may be receiving a flood of realizations at once, making it hard for them to process everything all at once. But amidst the storm of confusion and clarity, one truth remains central. What they feel for you is not just a passing fancy or a random occurrence, it is meant to be. It is the unfolding of something that was always destined, even if they couldn't see it before. The message they are receiving now is clear and unambiguous. You were sent to them. This is the conclusion they've arrived at. They see the timing of your arrival in their life as no accident. In the past, they might not have been able to understand it, and perhaps they wouldn't have been ready to receive it. But now, everything makes perfect sense. They can feel that the pieces of the puzzle have finally clicked into place, and they realize that this connection was always meant to be. Everything, every moment, every interaction, every shift in energy has aligned just as it was always supposed to, and in that alignment there is peace, there is clarity, and most of all, there is a profound sense of knowing that this is not just a fleeting connection, but a bond that will remain, no matter what. They have spent an incredible amount of time in deep reflection, revisiting past relationships, dissecting patterns, and attempting to unravel the profound emotions they feel for you. This process hasn't been a fleeting moment of curiosity. It's been an intense, almost transformative journey of self-discovery. They may have even withdrawn for a time, not because they wanted distance, but because they needed space to truly understand what is happening within them. They had to sit with their emotions, question them, and make sense of why you evoke such a powerful response in them. It hasn't been easy for them because this isn't just another connection, it's something that challenges their very understanding of love. For someone like them, opening their heart isn't a simple task. They have known love before, they have experienced relationships, but surrendering completely to the depth of true, soul-level connection, that has always been a daunting prospect, and yet something is shifting. They are reaching a place where they can no longer deny what is unfolding between you. They are beginning to recognize that this connection is not just another chapter in their story, it is something pivotal, something life-altering. They have done the inner work, searched their soul, and realized that this is not a fleeting passion, nor is it mere infatuation. This is something far more significant. And you can feel it too, can't you? That undercurrent of change, the energy building between you like an unspoken promise waiting to be fulfilled. There is an unmistakable momentum now, a magnetic pull that neither of you can ignore. It's as if they are seeing everything with new eyes, and for the first time, they understand just how deeply they are connected to you. The clarity they have gained through their introspection has brought them to a place of profound realization. With you, they can be completely and unapologetically themselves. That is something they never expected to find. Yet here you are, proving to them that love does not have to be a struggle, that true connection does not demand pretense. They see you as a rare and precious gift, one they never knew they needed, yet now they cannot imagine life without. Your energy, your presence, your essence, it speaks to them in a way that defies logic. It's as if you were crafted perfectly to complement them, to balance them, to inspire them. Your energy, particularly your divine feminine presence, calls to them in a way that ignites something deep within. It encourages them to step fully into their own power, to embrace the role they were meant to play. There is an undeniable synergy between you, an unshakable harmony that makes this connection feel destined. This is not an ordinary love. This is something extraordinary, something rare. It is a love that demands courage, vulnerability, and the willingness to surrender to its intensity. And as they step into this realization, as they open themselves to this love, there is no turning back. The shift is happening, and soon, you will see the full depth of what this connection was always meant to be. If they haven't openly expressed it yet, they undoubtedly see you as their true love and an essential part of their destiny. Even if the words haven't been spoken, the energy surrounding them suggests that a revelation is imminent. There's a strong sense that they are on the verge of acknowledging their feelings in a way that leaves no room for doubt. Right now, they may have withdrawn or distanced themselves, but this isn't a sign of disinterest. Instead, it's a crucial part of their inner process. They are trying to comprehend the depth of their emotions, making sense of the powerful connection they feel with you, and navigating the overwhelming realization that you are meant to be in their life. Their actions, or lack thereof, are not about hesitation due to uncertainty, but rather a careful approach to something they see as profoundly significant. They are in a space of deep contemplation, understanding that what they have with you is unlike anything they have experienced before. This isn't something they take lightly. They don't want to rush in impulsively and risk making a mistake that could jeopardize something so rare and meaningful. Their withdrawal is not rejection, it is preparation. They are strategizing, planning their next steps carefully, ensuring that when they do move forward, it is with confidence and certainty. They are thinking long-term, not just about the present moment, but about a future with you. Right now, they are seeking clarity, possibly through spiritual guidance or deep introspection. There is an undeniable pull towards you, and they are beginning to understand that this connection isn't just ordinary, it is divinely orchestrated. The universe has given them confirmation, and they are fully aware of it now. This awareness is pushing them to take this seriously, ensuring that when they take action, it is aligned with the highest good for both of you. They are becoming more in tune with their inner guidance, listening to their intuition, and following signs that are continuously leading them back to you. Their meticulous nature is not a sign of delay, but of devotion. They don't want to act recklessly because they recognize the sacredness of what they share with you. Their prayers, their spiritual efforts, and even the energy you're sending them are all working together to accelerate this connection. Every thought, every intention, and every emotion exchanged between you is amplifying this journey. The divine feminine energy you are radiating is fueling their transformation, giving them the strength to take the next step. Everything is aligning in divine timing, and soon, the love they have kept within them will no longer be contained. It will be expressed in a way that will change everything. In the grand orchestration of existence, it is often said that everything must first take root in the spiritual realm, the 5D, before it can materialize in the tangible, physical 3D world. This universal truth holds immense significance in this connection because the masculine energy in question has now reached a profound awareness of who you truly are. This realization is not just a passing thought or fleeting moment of clarity. It is a seismic shift in their consciousness, a deep internal awakening that is setting the stage for an inevitable transformation in your connection. What makes this shift so powerful is the sheer magnitude of their recognition. It isn't just an ordinary revelation, it is an understanding that has reshaped their perspective on love, relationships, and most importantly, themselves. Up until now, they may have been navigating life with a certain level of detachment, resisting deep emotional introspection, or simply unaware of the spiritual depth that love can embody. But something you said, something you did, or simply the way you have existed in their life has triggered a profound reflection within them. This self-examination has led them to reevaluate not only their role in this connection, but also their approach to relationships in general. They have begun comparing their past experiences, looking at patterns they have unknowingly repeated, and questioning the emotional walls they have built. Unlike before, when they may have simply moved on without much contemplation, this time, they want to get things right. There is an unmistakable determination within them, a desire to shift directions, to change old habits, and to ensure that they do not make the same mistakes that once kept them from experiencing true love. More than anything, they are incredibly grateful for you. Even if they haven't fully expressed it yet, they see you as a gift, an unexpected, yet deeply cherished blessing that has entered their life at precisely the right time. Initially, they were confused by the intensity of what they felt. Was it love? Was it just an overwhelming attraction? Why was this connection so unlike anything they had ever experienced? But as time has passed, the answer has become increasingly clear. You were never just another person in their life. You were a mirror reflecting back to them all the truths they had long avoided. Through you, they have come face to face with their deepest fears, their hidden wounds, and even the beautiful aspects of themselves they had previously overlooked. And this is why they hold you in such high regard. Unlike anyone else, you have challenged them, not in a confrontational way, but in a way that has inspired growth and self-discovery. You have stood firm, unafraid of the intensity of their energy, unshaken by their moments of uncertainty. They admire this about you. They respect it deeply, and in their heart, they know that what you share is something rare, something divinely orchestrated. This is the sacred dance of masculine and feminine energy. two powerful forces merging, balancing, and complementing one another in the most beautiful way. It is a connection that transcends the physical, one that is rooted in the soul's journey unfolding exactly as it was meant to. If you're finding value in this content, consider supporting our channel by giving us super thanks. It truly makes a difference. And please don't forget to subscribe for more uplifting updates and content that can inspire and encourage you. Your support means so much, and we are grateful for each of you.